Hi, in this video tutorial I want to tell you what are the three most important things when it comes to SketchUp. So in order for you not to waste so much time like I did, I just want to introduce you to SketchUp, which is my all-time favorite software, which I use on daily basis. And I use SketchUp on daily basis since 2016, like every single day. And before that, I've used it all together with other softwares since 2014. So basically, I had some like experimental phase with it, but then when I fully switched to SketchUp, it was 2016. The reasons why I switched to SketchUp are the following. First of all, SketchUp is the cheapest software you can find out there, and it's meant for 3D modeling, it's meant for interior design, it's meant for exterior design, architecture, and architectural visualization. You can create graphics with it. You can export vector files. You can export 3ds files. You can do so many things with it. And other thing, what SketchUp has and other softwares don't have is the warehouse. I mean, probably there are out there other softwares that do have a warehouse, but not as big as SketchUp. And what's interesting in SketchUp, you can also search by different languages and different topics, and then you can find collections which will lead you to another collection. And it's just like you can spend hours in the warehouse just looking for models, which is great. And then you don't have to like download the models from the internet, convert them, clean them up, and then import them into your file. So basically you can do so many things just within one single software. For me, just having an idea of doing everything in one software was amazing. Before, when I was a student, they taught us AutoCAD, and AutoCAD was something that like I would fall asleep in that class. It was so boring for me. Like I just hated a black screen. I just hated like just drawing the lines, and it was so boring for me. While the SketchUp is very interactive, so to say, and just idea of doing everything in AutoCAD and then doing 3D model in other software, let's say 3ds Max, for example, and then doing the renders and then doing the Photoshop, and then you go and have a revision with your either your professor or your client, and then they tell you to do it, like to make some tweaks and changes. And what happens? It happens that you need to update your AutoCAD, then you need to update your 3D model, then you need to update your rendering, and then you need to update your post-production, which is crazy amount of time. So basically I cut my time from like 5.5 hours per render to an hour with 3D modeling and everything, which is insane. And it helped me so much in a sense that after that I discovered. I mean, it was always there, but nobody taught me since in school we had a different curriculum. I taught myself a layout, so everything I do in SketchUp, then I can cut into architectural pieces, do the section elevations, do the sections, and then just make the full presentation for my contractors and subcontractors in layout, which I then export into PDF, which is again then my full presentation for the project. And voila, everything is done in SketchUp. So from the basic 2D drawing to the measurements to 3D model to 3D renders to specifications, just everything in one single software. And I think it's just amazing. You don't have to switch files, you don't have to it's just the flow is really nice. I do have a certain flow that I developed over the years. I mean, it would be crazy not to have, since I did so many projects by now. And I'm like super fast with SketchUp. It's just something that I decided I will not give up on, even though I wasn't taught that in school, and everybody, you were making fun of me when I said like, oh, SketchUp is really it's better than 3ds Max because I saw all the advantages. Even though 3ds Max looks complicated and looks like more fancy than SketchUp, the reality is that SketchUp is more user friendly. It's easier to learn it. You can find tutorials in like so many languages in SketchUp, and once you learn the basics of SketchUp, you understand the basics of 3D modeling of any software. I did have knowledge of 3D modeling of 3ds Max before I learned SketchUp, so for me it was easier. But then I found out that I was missing so many plugins and stuff from 3ds Max, and that kept me away from SketchUp for some time until I discovered another page with all the plugins, basically all the plugins you can imagine existing in 3ds Max are also existing in SketchUp. You just need to download and install them. For me, that was just it, it was just the thing that I needed to confirm that I will just ditch all the softwares and just stay with SketchUp for forever. I'm so sad that they changed their logo from red to blue now, and because I wanted to do the SketchUp tattoo, I'm like SketchUp lover. And by the way, this is not a paid ad or anything, it's just my personal experience that I want to share with. And I know many architecture interior design students are out there struggling just doing this workflow that I just explained, and that consists of doing the 2D, doing the 3D, doing the renderings and doing the post productions, while you can do everything in SketchUp and just do like take another software to, if you want to do like a photorealistic visualizations like my projects are in animation, you can like learn another software, and then you just need a little bit of Photoshop, and basically you need only 3 softwares. By now I spent a good chunk of time just learning. If I would just convert it into like years, it would be like I actually wasted 3 years on doing and learning different softwares, because I just thought that if I know all of those different softwares, I'd be a better designer. The truth is, if you know one software good enough, like really good enough, deep in its heart, you can do really great things. And also, I just like I can't stop talking about something that makes me really excited and something that I'm really happy about. In SketchUp, you can also, if you're a lazy person or if you just don't have time to learn other software for 3D photorealistic visualizations, and you're not even interested in those kinds of softwares, you can always do the SketchUp rendering, which is pretty decent. If you do the materials and if you do the shadows, it's pretty decent, and uh, you can communicate your idea, which is the whole point of any given project, to communicate the design idea. And even the largest designers that I like have a huge respect for are using SketchUp, and I see no reason for us to keep using 3ds Max or Maya or Blender or I don't know, something else to do the modeling when we can do it in SketchUp. I'm just being honest, and I'll keep using SketchUp for all of my projects, hopefully. Um, Also, I wanna share with you. I'll leave a link to my Behance portfolio, and everything you see there, like from drawings to measurements, from like very old projects. If you scroll to my very first project on my Behance profile, you will see that every single project, so no exception, everything was modeled in SketchUp. And the things that you see there, like the section elevations and stuff, and plans and space planning, that's also done in SketchUp. So I'm telling you, there is no reason for you to learn other softwares than this one, and this will be my like all-time favorite software, and that's why I stick with it so long. And I'm not I'm a kind of person, if I see that something's not working, I'll just give up on it. And if for SketchUp, that's really working. It's really good software, and definitely I will advise you to try it, to give it a try. And if you have any other questions, like where to start and where to find the best beginner tutorials and where I find my best beginner tutorials, I will link down below. And I hope you will learn SketchUp too and you will love it as I do, because I'm so excited about it. I wish you a beautiful day and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.